Yo, what's going on, guys? Spitty here, mains and crosses. No stocks today, just regular old stream. We have a head Extreme MP. Looks like in tip-top shape. We're gonna string this racket. 54 pounds. They sent us some, what's it called? Some sensation. Lady kind of has a little bit of tennis elbow, so she's gonna use this. Drop to 54 pounds, just to see how she like it in the mid-range. What's going on, guys? So, sensation in the green. I haven't seen this yet in the green, but it should be a very cute combo. I think it might even play better than the sensation, the standard ones. So, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a cutter. I'll be right back. Guys, if you have any questions, this is the time. All right. Found it. I always keep on misplacing my thing. What's going on, Jamie? I am stringing this up with Wilson Sensation. So what should I do? Two-piece. Let's make it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple. See what I do here? I put the reel inside this little, on the handle. See that? So what that does is keeps it from tangling up, especially if you use poly. This is multi-filament, so it stays pretty well, but you make it a habit. You keep it in here. This makes it really easy to work with. So, I'm going to count. 1, 2. Actually, it doesn't even matter because this is, oh, so people ask me, what string? It's Sensation. Sensation. This is a female, young lady's racket. Sensation green. 1, 3, 4. It's nice. Actually, I think I like it better than the regular Sensation because I feel like it has some color in it. It has some pigments in it. Yeah, this is the Extreme. Yeah, cool looking racket. I think the reason the girl picked it up is because it looked cool. So, since you're here right now, this is the method. I mean, I do this all the time, but for people who haven't been here before or who's watching right now, I always use this method to start my mains. It's very secure, very solid, very streamlined. There's no obstruction. So I'll do that, right? I would pre-weave one of them. I like starting from the right side first. I don't know why, so I would pre-weave the left, right? Pre-weave the left. Get some slack in there. Pre-weave the left. Get a starting clamp in that grommet, and this grommet is very flush, so you're not gonna have any issues with any damages and stuff like that. So now you can freely pull tension on that first main, right? So now you have reference tension on that first center main. I'm not locking on the outside and having a chance for it to mess up on the side. So now I got two center mains of reference tension. What's up, Chelsea?
Can you check it later?
Yeah. It saves, so we'll figure it out. It saves by itself, Chelsea.
So let's turn on.
Yeah. So this is. So I'm gonna do 3. Actually, I could do 4 because this is a 16. I can do 4 on one side. Well, I'll do 3 to 3. So 3, 6, and I'll come back and finish the other side. Work your magic, bro. Ain't no magic, man. I'm just doing my thing. But like I said, this keeps the least amount of obstruction. You don't have to put that much stress on your clamps. So I'll pre-weave that 4th one. Turn it around here. Now I can freely pull tension on this one that was locked in by a starting clamp. If you don't have a starting clamp, I suggest you go get one. I think it's like a tool of the trade. I bought a used Pro 5000 string machine. What do you think? Dude, that's a great machine, man. It should last for quite a while. There's some spare parts around the market from time to time, but if you take care of it, it shouldn't have any problem. Just be careful when you transport it. Don't bump it, don't drop it, obviously. I feel like people get too heavy, and while moving it around, they kind of clink and clank. That could cause issues and, hardware failure. So you don't want that to happen. Like I said, they don't make them anymore, so finding the parts and pieces, it's going to be a little hard. So just make sure, I would be weary of just moving around too much, or, heavy impact if you're, putting it in the back of the car and you're just doing all these bumpy roads. But odds are, for regular use, just turn it on, keep it clean, turn it off every single time you finish with it, and you should be fine. I think it's a great machine, actually. I like their clamps. I think the system's pretty good. I do like their mounting system, which I thought was really awesome too. Yo, what's going on? So as you can see, I'm finishing up the 5th main. I'm coming to my 6th, gonna pre-weave the other one. So this is my 6th main on the left side. I will come up one more on the 7th. Remember, skip one, and then go on the other side and finish my back ache here. I hope everybody's having a good. That's a great buy. I mean, do you mind me asking how much you bought for it? Let me see what kind of deals you got. Really cool color strain. I thought this was like a darker green, but it's more of a fluorescent yellow. Pretty cool. So this client, female, bought this racket. It's brand new. She's looking for an upgrade, and she liked the color. And obviously the Extreme is very big on the string pattern. It's very open, so big spin, plenty of power. So this is a good pickup for her. I would have said, hey, check out the Clash and stuff like that, but I think she said she enjoyed the color versus the brand or anything like that, or the way it plays. She just wants a pretty racket, so that's not that either. However, to compliment Head, they do kind of point out where to tie the knots, where the crosses are, where the tie-offs are. So, kudos for them. Thanks. Any chance you have string clamp in Europe? Dude, you can buy them so easily in Europe, brother. I feel like sometimes I have to buy it from Europe. It's like $60 to $50 or something like that. Maybe in euros it's a little more. So, go put some in. I use a 10% knot pull or a tie-off knot. That's just what I use. A little bit, Drake. Just drop a little bit in there. And then there's that green bottle over there. Boop. Pull here. Awesome. While this, remember I was holding this when I let go of the clamp. Now you can kind of make a nice clean cut. Boom. Easy day. So I'm going to do this again. I use a single knot, which is the Pro knot. I like that knot the most. I use it when I can. This is 16 gauge, very thick. However, these are new grommets. Even those shared holes, well, not shared hole, even those tie-off holes, gets pretty firm. So sometimes you have to make a slit through it. So that being said, single knot. I'm holding it while I'm releasing the base clamp. Cut off. Nice and clean. Now I can start on my main. I'm gonna go later. I'm gonna go live. Yeah, dude, I want to check you out, man. Yeah, man, it's fun. So, this one, my friend, how I'm gonna do this? I always start on that second string, pull across, I'll weave it on through. So I start on the second cross. Hence the I start on the second cross. Come up to the first and put a starting clamp on that, and I'll do a double pull. You heard right, I'm doing a double pull. So I got the clamp on. Right. I might as well pre-weave the third because I'm going right into the third. what I do is I pull the length of the string or the frame, and I kind of basket weave it through. For me, this works, saves my fingers. Saves my... Can you use a floating clamp as a starting clamp? Generally, you can. You can just kind of have to put it on the outside. However, in tight spaces, you might have some issues. So I would be careful. However, I think I started outside with an outside clamp before, the composite clamp or a floating clamp. All right, so there we go. You see it. I'm gonna pull that top tension. I got my reference tension there on that second string. Clamp out. Since I have this string, I hold it in hand. I'm gonna use, since I have tools, I'm gonna use this so I don't burn out my fingers. Got the third crosses in there, pre-weave the fourth, and then go about business. Huh? I know, that's not good. What's going on, man? So, as you can see, if you have a tool like a straight nose awl or a blunt nose, it will be kind of nice to use. So, I would pull tension on here. Now I got this pre-weave. I'm gonna put it on the fifth cross. However, I'm gonna start something new by tying off on that first one. So now I'm gonna do that. Pull tension. That one. Actually, I like to keep it clean. If I have enough room, you'll see it. There's a tie off right there, and it'll indicate it on the front on the racket. Like I said, that's what I like about head. It kind of indicates where the tie offs and stuff are. And I'll just do what manufacturer kind of gave me. I can do that. Base clamp, release. Some people wait till the end. I like to tag it off right there. Call it a day. Now I can pre-weave my fifth, and now I can continue to weave this. The sensation has a slight stickiness to it. Before I was weaving it like this. However, I found out if you have a big angle, it goes a little easier. So if I keep it on that triangular angle, it works out better. When I pull tension on that string here, I can use this thing to kind of straighten out the strings right one behind it. Boom, tie it on. I leave it right there. Now you can go about your business. Right? Now I can continue this frame up. 54 pounds, Wilson Sensation on this Head Extreme MP. Really great racket. Pull that straight nose all with a, make sure you get enough for that length. Leave it back. Hold this here. I like to lock my my turntables so it doesn't move on me, so I get like a nice angle versus like it kind of goes right on that edge right there and cause issues.
What does the pencil mean?
Close the thing, Drake. I don't want you to play with it. So now, just as if you guys have any questions, hit me up. Like I said, I'm just here for you guys' entertainment. If you guys are bored, like I said, at this angle, I can pull, and like I said, it's still a soft weave, so it shouldn't be a problem anyway. Now I come here, have that tension straighten out. I have the string straighten out while I'm tensioning it. Get all the way to the close to the grommet as possible, and the rest of the slack. I see some people who bring it all the way like this into that other line and and then tension. Then I don't know how effective that is. I mean, it works pretty well on certain things, but some people would have this. See the smiley? They would push it against they'll push it against that top cross, the one they did prior, and pull tension like this. So they'll have it like a smiley face right there. So as they pull tension, I guess that makes sense. It kind of comes from the bottom up, keeps it tighter. I mean, like I said, to each their own. Either hold it with your other hand, your non-dominant hand, or I kind of place it at the next hole. So if I'm pre-weaving this one right here, I would put it in, once I get some, I would put it into the next one so it doesn't fall off, so I don't have to hold on to it. I would swing around. Remember, I can tighten this up and then do it that way. To each their own. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. Now I can bring this back up so I don't have to hold on to it. Still do that. So, you know, have that string right against that back cross. For me, going from left to right is much harder than going from right to left. I don't know why. That's just me. I always hold this. Boom. Obviously, a little more important if you're playing with natural gut, because you don't want to cause too much friction. Like I said, I'm using my awl, blunt nose awl. Like I said, you just want to keep consistent. If you're doing that, you want to do it for the whole thing. Obviously, I'm just doing this for training purposes. So I can use this all to kind of move things, manipulate things. Pre-weave the next one. Come over here. I push against the strings. I'm going to drop out. Cleaning up. And like I said, the least you have to adjust at the end is the better the, I guess, the dynamic tension or the string bed stiffness is going to be. For me, like I said, for me going from left to right is a little harder. I was working diagonals. Remember, diagonal diffuses, so that, you know, the shortest, you don't go the shortest distance. So I can use the awl. I can leave it here. In this case, I'm leaving it. I'm using it all to fix up the things. So you guys can see I'm doing a different angle for you, so you kind of see what's going on. Right. Same thing would come this way. Working diagonals, guys, it's going to be the easiest path. Now you can kind of come across. I would have it around elbow length. That's how I like mine. So you can adjust. This is actually a little higher than I want it to be, but it is what it is. But normally I don't have it this high. I have it a little bit lower. That's why I like the Bayardo and certain machines that you can mechanically move up and down. Leaving the strings. So we've got a couple more crosses to go. Coming close down to this, if this was natural gutters, since this is a two-piece and from a set, it's gonna be maybe a little bit excess of strings, which is fine. However, if this was natural gutters, something like, I don't want to pass too many strings unnecessarily going through the mains. I don't want it to saw off what we had going on here. I'll fix those crowns, fix this there. Pre-weave, now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more crosses to go. I should have enough length. At some point, if this was a pull from a set or a pull from a reel, you might come up short, so you might not be able to do one ahead, and that's fine. Coming towards the bottom, it gets really tight, so you just got to make sure, you know, you're trying you're weaving and you're doing everything still correctly. See, I still try to get that triangular angle so I don't cause too much friction. The sensation is kind, I wouldn't say sticky, but it does have some grip to it versus, like, you know, natural gut or some other polyester or even synthetic gut. I feel like synthetic guts are easy to use. Tight area. Everybody knows once you start getting to the last like 3 or 4 crosses, it starts becoming a pain. But don't get sloppy now. I hope everybody's having a safe time at home, quarantine. I don't know what kind of restriction you guys got, but here in DC, everything's basically closed. I mean, not everything, like, it's not like a full quarantine, but like nobody's going to the mall, nobody's, you know, eating at dinners at restaurants and stuff like that. So, yeah. Just like I said, just wash your hands and do what you can. I mean, at some point, it's it gets crazy. It's funny now, you know, before I was like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend. I mean, I work on the weekend, so for me, it's different. However, I can't wait for the weekdays. Like, that's when I know, like, my weekday is my weekend. Like, I get to check out the market and do administrative stuff that I couldn't do during the weekends. So before, I was like, oh man, I can't for the weekends. You know, work for the weekdays, for real. Anytime you can be like, oh, it's Monday. I can't wait till Monday. You know, with the whole market thing and finances and stuff like that. I want to see what the future holds. What's going on, my friend? So with this, you know, I do have excess string. So how much would I need? Let's see. I think usually at the 7th string you can kind of count it. So 1, 2. So I would probably need. Make sure. I would rather you not cut it at all. Besides that, or you're cutting too short. You know what I mean? You don't want to be in a situation where you don't have enough strings. Obviously, this would be much cleaner if it was a 1-piece. However, I enjoy working with 2 lengths. For me, it makes sense. So I'm checking out the level of entry. Like I said, I might not be able to have enough to pre-weave, so it is what it is, and I don't. So I'm wasting my time there. So I cut just. I won't say I cut just enough, but I didn't cut it. I didn't cut enough to pre-weave or have enough length for pre-weave, which is fine. Like I said, I rather, you know, save the strings passing by the mains, acting like a saw each time it goes through. So yeah. Boop. Oh, I got caught. My watch. But there we go. There goes the string. It's an easy day. Tie off at 10%. Tie into the closest hole, which is already indicated there. And boom. I would probably check out the alignments and you know, make sure there's no smiley face or anything like that. We've been doing a pretty good job throughout the whole thing by, you know, adjusting and fixing anyway. So, ouch. Shouldn't see any problem. Like I said, best way. What's the advantage of Wilson Pro Knot? Thanks for. So, bruh. Okay, so the Wilson Pro Knot, the tags ends up at front. The way I see it, the tag ends up looking at you. So if you're stringing this, the Pro Knot, the string is out towards you. You can manipulate that. The Parnell knot, it's almost a reverse of that. The string is actually tucked in on the other side, or the way it's flipped in. So some people don't like seeing tags. It definitely looks more cleaner. However, I'm just more used to this, and unless, you know, I know the Parnell knot is like authorized at many tournaments here now, or Wimbledon at least, because, you know, they got monopolized on that. But that's a whole different conversation. That being said, I like the Pro Knot. It works well. The Parnell is almost just like the loop is just a reversal, and it actually kind of ends on the inside, the way it's tucked in. So it's still a single knot. However, with the Parnell, it's just a different way or a different angle, I guess. However, the Pro Knot, I like it because when I cut, I'm safe. I know that, like I said, I'm sure if the Parnell knot done correctly, it's no problem either. But for me, at the Wilson Pro Knot makes sense. It hits flush to the thing. However, I think the angulation is what Parnell was talking about. He teaches people how to lock out, you know, when you pull and you twist the strings a little bit. But for me, this has been working, and there's always room for improvement. I always look at the techniques, but sometimes I take certain things from what he says and he says and kind of combine my thing. So certain ways that I start off and I do my pulls and the way I weave, it's little bits that I find people doing, and I just kind of modify and see what works for me. However, like I said, for me, I think the difference with the Parnell and the Wilson Pro Knot, both single. However, it's just the angulation, the way that the method is done is almost like a reverse pattern, if that makes any sense. If you know how to do a Pro Knot, you could definitely easily do a Parnell. It's just kind of a reverse it's an angulation. I wish I can draw it out for you, but it's one of those things you have to see. And it's one of those things is my mechanical hands. It's like sometimes like you know how you go in your house or you go to the ATM, you kind of follow that pattern. It's like you know the number. Sometimes you know the pattern, but you don't know the number without that pattern. So I think this is the same way. Unless I'm tying, it's like tying a freaking necktie. There's so many ways of doing it, you know. However, it's like if you do it for somebody else, it's a different feeling. So I can only, maybe if you watch one of my videos, I'll show you. Maybe I'll do a comparison video. However, there's plenty of good ones online already. So there we go. That being said, great looking racket. I like it. I like the green. At the end of the day, you just want to make sure everything looks flush, and it is. You know, these things, making sure nice and clean. Whoo, pro stock tennis. What's going on? Hey, if you guys are looking for any pro, for a while people were looking for pro stock. They were asking me like, dude, you need to go to Pro Stock Tennis on IG. If you're not following them, please go check them out. They have. It's fun entertainment. It just kind of makes you drool and stuff. You gonna cop some shoe from Air Max Day coming up? Yeah, man. I'm gonna pick up the duck camo. That's gonna be a good one. I think duck camo is going for like $300 right now. So if I can get some duck camos, I'll do that, dude. So I sold my waffles already, but I'm waiting for these to sell. But I'm not gonna lie, these dunks, the Syracuse dunks are looking pretty darn sweet, man. I didn't realize how well made they were. But these are the Syracuse orange, obviously the orange men, but it's looking really nice. They're all patent leather type. It's all leather, or you know, I don't know what they call it. Nubuck or whatever. It's not nubuck. It's definitely I don't know, some sort of leather material. But it's really well made. And Air Max Day, yes. If you're looking for some shoes to come up, if you're trying to make what? If you're trying to make some money on the come up this week, the duck camo. If you just the small, I think 9.5s. From 7.5 to 9.5, good picks. If you get any of those sizes, the smaller sizes are better. But the duck camo, they look good. They kind of remind me of the Bape, Bape camos and stuff like that. So I think it's a good buy. I mean, you got nothing to do. You're at home. All you gotta do is just get on the Nike app, sign up for Sneaker app, and then when it comes out, press the button. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, then you don't. But if you do get it, you can definitely make $150 to $200 easily off of those shoes. But yeah, all right, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Maybe I'll come out through the evening here and there if anybody else is stringing the racket. Peace.